Hello, everyone. Welcome to Key to the Pastcast, a Trumbull County history podcast on the history of our area. My name is Megan Reed, and I am the director of the Trumbull County Historical Society.
Hi, my name is Ryan McLennan, and I am the Education and Outreach Manager of the Trumbull County Historical Society.
Before we jump into our episode today, we could not do this podcast without the help and support of our sponsors. And this podcast is very generously partially funded through Ohio Humanities and also through the Community Foundation of the Mahoning Valley. So thank you so much to both of those groups for their support and faith in us.
Yes, thank you so much. And also our listeners.
Absolutely.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. It's the week before Oktoberfest, so crazy, but good.
Yeah. I think maybe things will slow down.
Yes, maybe.
So this one is going to be a little bit different. This podcast interview is going to be a little bit different. It's just going to be Meg and I talking about Oktoberfest because it's the day before Oktoberfest.
Yep.
And I think I just wanted to get a sense of like why you decided to do Oktoberfest in the first place.
Interesting question.
And then how everything sort of transpired since then. So I guess the first question is like, why was this the idea of like the big fundraiser for the Historical Society?
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. So we started Oktoberfest back in 2015. At the time, I was very part-time. Like the Historical Society had always been an all-volunteer organization. The year that we started Oktoberfest, I was hired as a sort of trial director to see if we could sustain a person here. I think our annual budget was like $22,000, and I needed to find a way of paying myself. And so me and a couple of the board members started looking around to see what kind of big fundraiser, like if we were going to put all of our effort into one event a year to raise money for our staff and also for just like general operating budget and like programming budget. Like we were really at that point trying to grow the organization to something that was much more sustainable and much more community oriented. And we knew that we wanted an event that was focused on a audience that we had never really tapped into much before, which was younger generations in Warren and the surrounding areas, and then also families. And we knew we wanted an event that was going to be fun and, really focused on that as something of who we were, right? Like
history can be fun.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. That we weren't just, a bunch of people shut up in an old house looking through books all day, like that we needed something that connected with the community a bit more. And then on top of that, I had already had some experience running an Oktoberfest, working at a historic site in North Carolina when I was in grad school. So I had gone through the process of an Oktoberfest a couple of times already. And then in addition to that, partnering with Adam Keck, owner of Modern Methods, running the idea past him. He was super excited and thrilled about the idea. At that point, I don't even think Modern Methods Brewery was open. It was just, him brewing beer, and he jumped right on board and was super supportive and a huge help when we started reaching out to other local breweries and really getting the foundation of Oktoberfest ready to go. So it started as a combination of those things. It's sort of we recognized the need that we needed a one-off event each year that was going to pull in and be lucrative for us. We wanted to transform sort of the image of the Historical Society into something that was much more community-based and fun. And then it was the community partnerships and something that we knew was lacking in Warren. Many people may know that at one point Warren was the festival city. We have a ton of festivals every year. We wanted to be a part of that tradition. Oktoberfest was not done in Warren at that point. So we knew that looking at other models in other communities, it was going to be sustainable. Although I will say that the first year we did this, when we were talking to our board about it, I remember very clearly saying, like, we are going to do this for 5 years. Like 5 years in, we are going to reevaluate what we're doing. And if it's still not growing and making money, then we need to change. Like we need to switch it up. And now we're in our 8th year and it's still growing, which is pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
A fun event. Has it always been on the square?
Yes, every year.
Okay.
We've expanded the area on the square. It used to be a much smaller portion of the square. Each year it grows a little bit bigger. And we have sort of switched around where on the square it is. But yeah, every year it's been on Courthouse Square.
So Adam wasn't brewing beers at Modern Methods yet. Mm-hmm. I think I remember you talking about how you had to source from Paulaner. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first couple of years that we did Oktoberfest, we put in massive orders from wholesale suppliers of Weinstefaner and other traditional German beers to make up for the lack of other craft beer in our area. And then I think it was after 2 years, Adam and I were talking about beer, and he was like, you know what? I think we should just take that out and go with craft breweries and pull in other people so that they have a chance to showcase what they're doing. This was also sort of at a turning point in our local craft beer market, if you will, when a lot of those breweries were opening up and like sustaining themselves and really getting rolling. So it was a good timing. It was good timing for the craft beer industry in our area and for what we wanted to do.
Where do you see it? So obviously it's continued to grow, right?
Yeah.
And this is maybe like too forward thinking at the moment, but where do you see it, for the 10-year anniversary? Or do you just want to get through this one?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Over the years, who knows? There's a potential of growing it, but it is a fundraiser for the Trumbull County Historical Society. I don't see that changing. So I do think that there's probably a cap just in terms of the ticket price and what the square will allow. At some point, it could continue to grow to the point where we look at expanding the hours or expanding the vendors that are available there. But, just sitting here, I don't have the answers to those questions.
It's fair.